Good evening, Southeast Texas. Hope you're doing well. Watching showers and thunderstorms align off towards our northwest that is slowly weakening. It looks like a little, if any, chance of severe weather at this time. Let's take a look at it. But first off, looking at the clouds increasing across our area, and especially over off towards the lakes area. This over in Lake Charles, looking at those clouds increasing. No rain just yet on the Roofing 911 Skycam network. In your weather headlines, we do expect more showers and storms tonight, mainly up in the lakes area, Hardin County, and into Tyler and also Jasper and Newton counties. Lower chances here in the Triangle. Then as we work on into the weekend, it's going to be warmer, humid, and dry as a ridge of high pressure builds over the area. That will spill over into the middle, at least the first half of next week. And your weather impact, showers and storms are scheduled for roughly around 7, 8 o'clock, probably 8 o'clock this evening, all the way to about midnight, 1 o'clock a.m. then here in the Triangle. Again, maybe 1 or 2 storms could be strong up in the lakes area. Severe is not expected. And download 12 Plus and stay weather aware. Here's where we're at right now. This is at 6:40, and you can see this line of showers and storms stretching roughly from Angelina County back over to Polk County, Livingston, and also around Conroe. And it's moving to the south and east at around 30 miles an hour. So we'll put a track on this. And again, moving at southeast at about 30 miles an hour. We'll take it on off towards the next 2 hours or so. And that brings it on into, let's see, Woodville around 7:30, Jasper 7:52, Warren and Spurger just after 8 o'clock, Newton around 8:20, and Kuntz at 8:30. Again, this is going to be a weakening line of showers and storms. Severe is not anticipated across our area, but if it does happen, it would be up towards the lakes area. Just don't expect it here in the Triangle the way it looks right now. So as you can see, the line of thunderstorms is being guided by the west to northwest winds aloft. That's what the top of the thunderstorms, the cirrus clouds that these thunderstorms produce, those are being directed into our area. So that's what all this bright white is on satellite. And the cirrus clouds show up very nicely on infrared satellite imagery. And that's what we're looking at right now, infrared. We're losing daylight, and so we can't take visible pictures of the satellite or of the clouds now. So as the sun sets, we have to use temperature at nighttime. So we're using infrared, the temperature of the clouds, to produce imagery. And that's what this bright white is showing us, the cold cloud tops of those thunderstorms that are up towards Lake Livingston. Current temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s, and saw very little rainfall across the area. And that will probably be the case as we head towards tomorrow. Otherwise, as you can see, there is the dry line out into West Texas, and that is where the thunderstorm activity is. What's happening is that you've got moist air moving into West Texas, and then desert air coming in from Mexico and West Texas, and you get the proverbial dry line over West Texas, where the moist air from the Gulf of Mexico runs up against the dry air coming in off of New Mexico and also out of West Texas. This is what we call the dry line. And that dry line is where a lot of times shower and thunderstorm activity forms. So with the upper level winds in the atmosphere out of the west and northwest, that is directing any of these big clusters of showers and storms into our area. So a lot of times you get these showers and storms, these complexes to develop, and then they'll move on in because of that west to northwest wind flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's what we're seeing here. Again, there's severe thunderstorm watch, but haven't seen very many reports of severe weather with this. So this may be, again, over forecast by the Storm Prediction Center. And as you can see, there is what we call a short wave. During wintertime, you get these big troughs of low pressure. Some of the jet stream animations that we show. And that brings cold air down from Canada, and maybe that trough goes from Canada all the way to, say, New Mexico or something like that. And that is what we call long wave. This is a little short wave, little tiny short wave, and that is what is creating the shower and thunderstorm activity. You can see the blobs of red embedded there, and that is the disturbances associated with this short wave. And notice the winds, they're directing that shower and thunderstorm activity in towards our area. So again, this is going to change now as we work on in towards the weekend. We'll see a ridge of high pressure build over our area. So first off, let's take care of our short range forecast, and this is for the next 24 hours or so. And we do expect that shower and thunderstorm activity to work on in towards the lakes area. And if anybody's going to see severe weather, which I don't think is going to happen, it would be Tyler County, because this line is going to basically weaken as it moves on off towards the southeast, guided by those west to northwest winds. Look how it falls apart in through southern Jasper, southern Newton counties, and back over in towards Jefferson and also into Chambers County. So that's what we're looking at right now. Then tomorrow, I think we're going to be rain cooled up in the lakes area. It's going to be cooler than this. This is just straight model numbers, okay? This is not our forecast. It's a guidance or something that I want to show you that's close to what we're thinking. Up in the lakes area, we think that we're probably going to get into the mid to upper 60s because of the rain cooling effect. They're going to see more rain up that way. So patchy fog is possible up in the lakes area. And if the winds go light or near calm here in the triangle, then we could also see some patchy fog in the triangle, but I think it'd be best chance up in the lakes, regardless, near 70 in the triangle. I just think this is too warm. Then tomorrow, we'll see abundant cloud cover and or fog in the morning. And then tomorrow, as you can see, just not a lot here in the triangle. In fact, we could go possibly partly cloudy tomorrow afternoon. And look at those highs, mid 80s across the area. But wait, there's more as we head on into the weekend. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In the upper levels of the atmosphere, now this is a model, and it's showing lots of green. And so as you go up the scale, you can see higher amounts of moisture. Now this is not rain, and this is not at the ground level. This is at from the surface to the top of the troposphere. The troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere that contains weather. So it's kind of a calculation from the surface to the top of the troposphere, roughly about 10 kilometers, okay? So it's got a pretty good amount of moisture, but this red, see all these blobs of red? Those are disturbances, and the disturbances that we track cause lift in the atmosphere. When you have lift in the atmosphere, you produce clouds, and if it's strong enough, you can produce shower and thunderstorm activity. But also, I want you to notice this white line right here. This is the short wave that is moving through our area, and that is what is causing the shower and thunderstorm activity, particularly in the lakes area. Then as we head towards the weekend, we get more of a ridge of high pressure building over our area. And that ridge of high pressure will squash the chances of rain, and it will also direct, see the ridge of high pressure over the Texas coast? It will also direct the storm track further away from our area, taking the disturbances away from our area. But as that ridge of high pressure builds over our area this weekend, and over Texas, our region, East Texas, see the ridge? Well, let's try that again. The ridge of high pressure will cause more sun. It will also cause warmer temperatures and basically drier air. We've got plentiful moisture, doesn't matter. You've got the air will be sinking underneath that ridge. Remember, we were talking about rising motion that causes clouds and thunderstorm activity. Well, with this ridge, the air actually sinks aloft, and that causes what we call subsidence, and that causes more sun. Despite plentiful moisture, you can have all the moisture in the air in the world, but it doesn't mean you're going to have shower and thunderstorm activity. You've got to have something to develop thunderstorm activity, like a short wave we just talked about, or a cold front, or something dry line, or something like that. We don't see that as that ridge of high pressure builds over the area. That precludes us from seeing any rain coming up this weekend. So as we put this into motion, notice the ridge. Watch what happens. It moves off. See how those lines, we lose our ridge. Notice the white lines. This is a southwest flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's what's going to happen as we head on in to, say, say Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So that will allow these red blobs to come back to our area. These red blobs cause lift, so they'll be coming closer to our area, and that will allow us to see at least a scattering of showers and thunderstorms possibly by Wednesday night and into Thursday of next week. So on the Gulf of Mexico, we're looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet tomorrow, and southeast wind at 10 knots. High tide tomorrow afternoon at about 1:59. Sunrise 6:36 and sunset at 7:49. Our forecast for tomorrow in Beaumont, we're looking at about 85, a 20% coverage. As you can see, looking at partly sunny skies, it'll be a lot less breezy coming up tomorrow. In the lakes area, we're going to go 86, about a 30, maybe 40% coverage, but rain chances will be going down as we head towards the weekend. So tonight, there's that 70% coverage in the lakes area, showers and storms, and as you get further away from the lakes area, your rain chances go down. I may be a little optimistic. It may be actually lower than that here in the Triangle at about a 30 to 40% coverage. Again, with the best chances of rain up in the lakes area, more wet ground, that'll be cooling you off into the mid-60s, and that could cause a little better chance of fog tomorrow morning in the lakes area. For the Triangle, looking about 70 to the lower 70s here. And then for tomorrow, we'll go with partly cloudy to partly sunny skies across southeast Texas, as highs will be in the mid-80s and a south to southeast wind is expected. We may even go partly cloudy tomorrow. It certainly looking that like the possibility. So again, best chances tomorrow will be up towards the lakes area. Over the weekend, that ridge of high pressure will be building over our area, over our region. More sun. So we go from, say, partly sunny tomorrow to more like partly cloudy coming up Saturday and Sunday. At least in Beaumont, we'll be in the mid-80s. Could be in the mid to upper 80s in the lakes area. And then as we head towards Monday and Tuesday, that ridge will slowly start moving off towards the east. So we're not expecting any rain, but still it looks like a very warm, humid, dry weather pattern. Then as we showed, that ridge will break down. That'll start allowing disturbances and increasing moisture to move back in. That means that Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we may see a scattering of showers and storms. Now, some modeling wants to go pretty wet coming up Wednesday night into Thursday. That's certainly possible, but we're going with ensemble modeling, which takes basically an average of multiple runs of modeling so that you get a better idea. So we're not going to jump on a single run of any one particular model and instead go with an ensemble. But I do think that we'll have to increase rain chances as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So again, if you're just joining us, a real quick look at what's going on in weather across our area. We are watching a line of showers and storms. Just real quick perusal of the line of showers and thunderstorms, as you can see. And we don't have any warnings except for the northern end of, say, Lake Livingston. But again, this is more of an isolated variety as far as severe weather. It's unclear whether or not the Storm Prediction Center will extend that severe threat across the lakes area. But right now, we have not seen very many reports of severe weather. It's been some wind, maybe a little hail, but remember, you need 1-inch size hail for it to be severe and or a 60-mile-per-hour wind. Just because you have pea-sized hail doesn't